Brad Williams, Excel Primed. How about we find the max price of a bunch of different scenarios? We've got a house. We've got a bunch of houses. In this first example, we have the highest price. We want to find the highest price in this list. Then we want row position. That's not that important, but I'm just going to go back over this. It's going to be row 3, just for practice. Then we're going to do number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, and total square footage, all based off of whatever this number is. 821, row 3. How many bedrooms here? 3, 2, square footage 3015. They're all independent. They should be independent of this number. Let me just show you. The maximum value in a range can be determined using a formula that combines the max, index, and match functions. Here's what it looks like. Okay, we're going to use cell references, no name ranges. It's just a matter of finding the max row and then passing that over to index. Straightforward. Sometimes when we're used to using name ranges and all of a sudden we're looking at this and all these letters and what have you, and you kind of get lost. No, it's just the name range that's in letters. In C5 to C12, the max function looks for and locates the maximum value. The match function receives this number as the lookup value. The lookup list has the same list as C5 to C12, and the match type is exact with a value of 0. Using this data, match searches identifies the relative position of the maximum value in the list. In other words, the row, which in this case, I don't know, because this is F9, this can be anything. It could be anything between row 5 and row 8. All right, so don't put any emphasis on this. Anytime we change a number or modify, it will change. The F5, F12 lookup list yields a row number of whatever shows up here in the highest, okay? Which in here is 8, but if we hit F9, it'll be row 2. Let's take a look. Index, it's whatever row match gives us. Match, this is what we're really looking for, is the lookup value, the lookup array, and our type. Well, I just told you what's going on here. And max, what does max do? Well, depending on what number we're looking for, it'll just give us the largest number. Let's dive in here. Here's our first lookup, right to left. What is this? Look at match. We have match, lookup value, lookup array, and match type 0, which is it's an exact match. C5, C12, the lookup array, which is the lookup value, max, right here. It just says max. We want the max C5-12. Where? C5 to C12. That's it. And then we just pass that over to index. That's it. It's just these letters really can drive you nuts. It's just a simple index match. And we just say, give me the max. Let's go to row position, index, A5 to A12. You're thinking, what? Relative rows. You remember? I just put these in. If you were in a different situation, you could do the formal. In our previous, we used that index with row to get relative rows. Here, I just typed them in. We'll look at A5 to A12 because we're looking for a row. Match, max. We know here it's 845609. And all we have to do is look down here and we see it right here. Here's 85609 and you throw that over into index. Index is going to go A through 5 is going to be row 2. And guess what? Row 2. Number of bedrooms. It's just a matter of what we identify as our index and our max. You have to be careful here because we're trying to find the max price, number of bedrooms, based off this max price. We're not referencing I5. We're finding this max number. What index are we using? Go here, and our array is right here. It says the array. And the row number is going to be right here, F9. Where in D5 to D12 is row 2? It's going to give me 1. And we're going to do this bedroom, bathrooms, and square footage. It's the same format. All you have to do Make sure you change the index and leave everything else the same. Quick review of index match with the max function. Brad Williams, XL Prime. Thanks for listening.